If you clicked on this, it is because your soul is quietly asking for a homecoming. If the words self-love and confidence feel like shores you can see but cannot reach, it is because you have been navigating a storm for a very long time, and the compass you were given was meant for someone else's journey. This message, this quiet space we are about to enter, is the promise of a lighthouse. It is a signal guiding you back to the unshakable, undeniable truth of your own sacred worth. This is not about changing who you are. It is about remembering who you have always been, beneath the noise, beneath the expectations, beneath the weight of a world that taught you to give everything away before you had nourished yourself. It is a message for the woman who has mothered everyone but herself, who has built a home for others but feels homeless in her own skin. It is for the heart that feels the echo in a quiet house, not just of children who have grown, but of a self that was set aside, piece by piece, like treasured china, saved only for guests who never arrive. It is for the soul that looks in the mirror and sees the tired eyes of a warrior who has fought countless battles for others, but has forgotten the landscape of her own face, the sound of her own laughter, the weight of her own hand and comfort. It is a message for the spirit that feels a deep, quiet ache, a yearning for a purpose that feels more like your own, a calling that resonates not with the needs of the world, but with the deepest vibration of your being. You have been a shelter, a confidant, a healer, a constant. Now, it is time to come home to the sanctuary of you. If this touches a truth in your own heart, a place you have not visited in a long time, honor it in the comments below. I am here to bear witness to your story, to hold this sacred space with you. Stay with me, because the quiet miracle you have been praying for is not in the distance. It is waiting in your very next breath. Let us begin in that stillness, the one that often feels uncomfortable, the silence that rushes in when the day is done. The doors are locked, and the only person left to face is the one you have been running from all day. Your own self. Have you felt this too? This profound sense of disconnection, as if you are watching a life being lived from behind a pane of glass. You see the hands that cook, and clean, and work, and hold, but you do not feel the life in them. You hear the voice that soothes, and advises, and encourages, but you do not recognize its strength as your own. This is the great exhaustion. It is the spiritual burnout that comes from a lifetime of pouring, with no one, not even yourself, remembering to fill your cup. The world taught us this. It taught us that a good woman is a selfless woman. It handed us the heavy cloak of martyrdom and called it love. We learned to measure our worth by how much we could carry, how much we could endure, how much of ourselves we could give away until we were beautifully, tragically empty. We learned to see our needs as selfish, our desires as frivolous, our boundaries as unkind. And so we built our lives on a fault line of self-abandonment, and we wonder why the ground beneath us feels so unstable. We wonder why we feel the persistent, low-grade tremor of anxiety, the silent overwhelm that has become our constant companion. Your heart knows this truth. This pattern did not begin with you. Think of your mother and her mother before her. Can you see the same thread running through the generations? The silent resilience, the swallowed tears, the unfulfilled dreams, the quiet acceptance of less than. This is a generational echo, a trauma pattern passed down in our bones, a sacred wound that we have been invited, in this lifetime, to finally heal. It is the belief that our worth is conditional, earned through service and sacrifice, rather than inherent and absolute. But this isn't the whole story. Not yet. Because the ache you feel is not a sign of your brokenness. It is the first cry of your awakening. It is the soul, finally, knocking on the door of your consciousness, asking to be let in. Let's talk about that house. The one you so lovingly built. You chose the colors. You arranged the furniture. You filled it with laughter and life. It became a sanctuary for your family. a haven in a harsh world. But in the process of tending to every room, did you forget to build a room for yourself? A sacred space, a prayer closet of the soul, where your own dreams could be nurtured? For so many of us, the answer is a quiet, painful yes. The empty nest is not just about the physical absence of our children. It is the sudden, deafening silence in a home that was once filled with the rhythm of their lives. And in that silence, we are forced to confront the stranger who has been living there all along, ourselves. Who am I, if not a full-time mother? Who am I, if not a wife in the same way I have been for decades? Who am I, when the primary role that defined me has fundamentally changed? This is the identity crisis of the second act. It is a disorienting, frightening recalibration. We look in the mirror and see the lines of time etched around our eyes, and we are told by the world that this is a fading, a loss of beauty, a descent into irrelevance. But what if those lines are not signs of decay, but etchings of wisdom? What if the silver in your hair is the shimmer of sacred light, earned through tears and laughter, through storms and dawns? We have been taught to fear this chapter, to see it as an ending. But this is a lie. A cruel story told to keep women small, to keep them from stepping into the full, untamed power that comes with age and experience. The truth is, this is not an ending. It is an initiation. You are standing on the threshold of your most powerful, most authentic, most spiritually potent years. The fatigue you feel, the caregiver fatigue from looking after aging parents while still feeling the pull of adult children, is real. The pressure to be the perfect mother, the perfect wife, the perfect professional has taken its toll. But underneath that exhaustion is a new strength waiting to be born. It is the strength to finally say no. The strength to finally set a boundary not out of anger, but out of a profound and holy act of self-love. If this touches you, stay with me. The shift from this pain to peace is closer than you think. Imagine your life, your energy, your very soul as a garden. For years, you have allowed anyone and everyone to wander through it. You let them pick your flowers, trample your seedlings, and leave their weeds behind. You did this because you were told it was generous. You did this because you feared that putting up a gate would make you unlovable. And so your garden, your beautiful sacred inner world, has become overgrown and depleted. You walk through it now and feel not joy, but exhaustion. You see not beauty, but the work that needs to be done. You feel the constant drain of energy, the result of 1,000 tiny yeses that should have been compassionate no's. Setting a boundary is the act of lovingly placing a gate at the entrance to your garden. It is not to keep everyone out. It is to consciously choose who and what you allow into your sacred space. It is to say, this soil is holy ground. This is where I grow. This is where I commune with the divine. And I will not allow it to be poisoned by disrespect, by negativity, or by the careless footprints of those who do not honor its sanctity. Guilt is the first ghost that will greet you at this gate. The guilt of disappointing others. The guilt of no longer being the endlessly accommodating one. This guilt is an old program. It is the voice of your conditioning, not the voice of your soul. Your soul knows that protecting your energy is not selfish. It is essential. It is the only way you can continue to offer your true gifts to the world, not from a place of depletion, but from a place of overflowing abundance. You know another woman who is walking this same path in silence. Perhaps she is your sister, your friend, your colleague. Share this message with her, not just as a video, but as a quiet offering of understanding from one lighthouse to another. Let her know that she is not alone in this journey of reclaiming her sacred ground. Because every time a woman builds a gate for her own garden, she gives another woman the courage to do the same. This is how we heal ourselves. This is how we heal the world. Now, let us turn our gaze inward, to the deepest part of the sanctuary. Here, we find the core beliefs we hold about ourselves. For many of us, this inner sanctum is haunted by the whispers of not enough, not good enough, not smart enough, not worthy enough. This is the imposter syndrome that plagues even the most accomplished women. It is the chronic people-pleasing that forces us into shapes that do not fit our souls. It is the perfectionism that tells us that if we just try a little harder, do a little more, be a little better, then we will finally be worthy of love and rest. But this is a trap. It is a finish line that constantly moves. The truth, the deep, unshakable spiritual truth, is that your worth is not something you earn. It is not something you achieve. It is not something that can be given to you or taken away. Your worth is innate. It is absolute. It was breathed into you by the divine at the moment of your creation. You are worthy because you exist. It is that simple. It is that profound. I have enough. I do enough. I am enough. Let those words wash over you. Feel the resistance in your body when you hear them. That resistance is the old story, the lie that has been living in your cells for decades. We are not here to fight that lie. We are here to gently, lovingly, consistently replace it with the truth. Every time you choose rest over exhaustion, you are saying, I am worthy. Every time you speak your truth with kindness, you are saying, I am worthy. Every time you allow yourself to receive love, care, and support, you are saying, I am worthy. This is not a journey of becoming. It is a journey of unbecoming. It is the gentle, daily shedding of all the layers of protection, all the false selves, all the survival mechanisms that have kept you from the radiant, magnificent truth of your own enoughness. In a moment, we will anchor this truth in a prayer that will shift the very foundation of your being. The foundation that has felt like sinking sand will become solid rock. The path to this solid ground is paved with self-compassion. It is the ability to look at the woman you have been, with all her perceived flaws and mistakes, and offer her nothing but grace. The woman who stayed too long. The woman who didn't speak up. The woman who gave her power away. She was not weak. She was surviving. She was doing the very best she could with the tools and the knowledge she had at the time. To condemn her is to condemn a part of yourself that is crying out for love. To embrace her, to thank her for getting you this far, is the beginning of true healing. This is the alchemy of the soul. It is turning the lead of shame and regret into the gold of wisdom and self-love. You have the power to do this. You have the power to rewrite your own story. Not to erase the past, but to change the meaning you give it. The betrayal that broke your trust can become the catalyst that taught you to trust your own intuition. The loss that shattered your heart can become the opening through which the light of the divine finally poured in. The season of confusion and spiritual dryness can become the fertile darkness where the seeds of your true purpose were gestating. This is not about toxic positivity. This is not about pretending the pain did not exist. It existed. It was real. You honor it by acknowledging it. And then, you honor yourself by refusing to allow it to define the rest of your life. You are the author of this next chapter. The pen is in your hand. The blank pages are waiting. And the universe is whispering, tell a new story. Tell the one where you finally recognize your own power, your own beauty, your own divinity. You are ready to thrive as your highest self. You are ready to step into the full radiance of who you came here to be. And it all begins with this moment of acceptance, this quiet prayer of return. Let us breathe together now. A slow breath in, filling your lungs with the grace of this present moment, and a long breath out, releasing the weight of all the moments that came before. Let us create a sacred space, right here, right now. You can close your eyes if that feels right. Place a hand on your heart. Feel its steady rhythm. This is the rhythm of life itself. This is the drumbeat of the divine within you. We are not asking for anything. We are not striving. We are simply opening to receive the truth that is already here. Let this be our prayer, our meditation, our sacred affirmation. Repeat these words in the quiet of your own heart, and let them land not as ideas, but as seeds in the fertile soil of your soul. Oh, divine whisper, the source of all that I am, I turn my face toward you now. Forgive me for how long I have lived as a stranger to myself. Forgive me for believing the lies of my unworthiness. Forgive me for seeking my value in the eyes of others, when it has always resided within my own sacred heart. Today, I choose to come home. I accept myself. I accept myself exactly as I am in this moment. Not the version of me I hope to be tomorrow, or the version of me I was yesterday, but this version, the tired version, the hopeful version, the messy, beautiful, perfectly imperfect version. I accept my body, this sacred vessel that has carried me through fire and joy. I honor its changes, its wisdom, its resilience. It is not flawed. It is a living map of my journey, and I will treat it with reverence and love. All of me is beautiful. All of me is worthy of my own tenderness. I respect myself. I respect my energy, and I will no longer offer it to people and situations that drain and diminish it. I respect my needs, and I will meet them with the same devotion I have offered to others. I respect my voice, and I will use it to speak my truth with clarity and compassion. I respect my time, and I will fill it with that which nourishes my soul and brings me peace. Setting boundaries is my sacred right. It is a profound act of self-respect. I am powerful when I respect myself. I love myself, unconditionally, without reservation. I love the parts of me that are easy to love, and I love the parts of me that I have kept hidden in shadow. I love my strength, and I love my vulnerability. I love my laughter, and I love my tears. I love the light within me, and I release the need to judge the darkness. I love and embrace all of me. I am a force of love. I am powerful when I love myself. I trust myself. I release the need for external validation. I am my own oracle. I trust the quiet nudges of my intuition, the wisdom that flows through my veins. I trust that I am always being guided, even in the moments of confusion and doubt. I trust my ability to navigate the challenges of my life. I trust that I am exactly where I am meant to be on my sacred path. I have everything I need within me to not only survive, but to thrive. I am enough. I release the relentless pursuit of more. I release the story of scarcity. In this moment, I have enough. I do enough. I am enough. My worth is not tied to my productivity, my accomplishments, or my roles. My worth is innate. It is absolute. It is the divine spark within me. I am good enough, just as I am. I am powerful. I am strong. I am brave. I am resilient. My power is not the power of the world which seeks to dominate and control. It is the quiet, unshakable power of the soul. It is the power to heal, the power to forgive, the power to create, the power to love. I am a force of nature. I am a daughter of the divine. I am ready to step into my true power, not with arrogance, but with a humble and grateful heart. I am ready to thrive as my highest self. I have the power to shape my story. I have the power to create my dream life, a life filled with peace, joy, purpose, and abundant love. Let these truths settle into your bones. Let them rewrite the old code of fear and doubt. Breathe them in. Know them as your own. You are radiant. You are beautiful. You are confident in yourself and your worth. You are loved, beyond measure, by the universe itself. And most importantly, you are loved, finally, by you. Hold this feeling, this peace. This is your truth. This is your home. Gently, when you are ready, you can begin to bring your awareness back to the space around you. Keep your hand on your heart for a moment longer. Feel that warmth. That is the feeling of self-love. It is not a loud, bombastic emotion. It is a quiet, steady, unwavering warmth. It is the peace that passes all understanding. This feeling is not something you have to chase. It is your natural state. It is the home you can return to, again and again, with every conscious breath. The woman you met in this quiet space, the one who is worthy and radiant and powerful, is not a character in a meditation. She is you, your truest self. The journey ahead is simply about remembering her more often. It is about choosing her, day by day, moment by moment. When the old voices of doubt creep in, you can now meet them with this new truth. You can place a hand on your heart and whisper, "I respect myself. I love myself. I am enough." You are not starting from scratch. You are building on a foundation of wisdom and experience that is uniquely yours. The second half of your life is not a decline. It is an ascension. It is the time when you finally get to use everything you have learned, not just for others, but for the glorious, sacred project of your own becoming. The silence in your home is no longer an emptiness to be feared. It is a canvas waiting for the new colors of your life. If your soul is calling for a consistent place of peace and remembrance, a sanctuary where you can be reminded of this truth, I invite you to subscribe and join our community. You do not have to walk this path alone. You are seen. You are valued. You are welcome here. Sending you so much love and light. Namaste.